Come on. You can do it. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Hopefully that will actually be better. It does look like the reaction time is far better within just a couple of seconds. I'll take it. Better than 10 to 20 seconds. All right. Santa with a gun. Okay. Although if this is going to be a complete speaking Spanish movie, I may have to change it. Yep, this is a complete foreign film, so we're not going to do that one. Mostly because I don't understand it. Oh. I don't remember that. being here. That's probably new. Well, that entire salvage is gone. Thank you! Now a movie that I can relate to. Exactly. Deal with that stupid computer tomorrow after church. Oh. Oh. 2 days with that computer. 2 days. At least we're finally getting somewhere. Atlas OS is finally installed on it after 2 days. I had to reformat the stupid thing to get it, but it works. Exactly. Christmas is not just a crock, it's too commercialized. Although I have to say, even though it's too commercialized, they do make some great Christmas movies. I would have not done that. I would have actually made something, not done takeout. No. Kid's smart and observant. I like him already. Not a very good one. Douchebag. Yep. Very kind with the douchebag of a boyfriend. Exploitation. Douchebag! Just saying. Girl, you need to dump his butt. Douchebag. Miracle on 24th Street is a good movie. Just saying. He doesn't have amnesia. No way. That's what you get for teaching them a Christmas song. He's also a very annoying elf. Way more serious than he needs to be for an elf. He is playing them. He remembers it all. He's just playing them for a fool. That's a smart Santa. If I was isolated in the North Pole and I fell out of my sleigh while flying, I would do exactly the same thing, just to know what it's like. An adult. I don't know about that. I don't know if Santa actually quantifies as an adult.
Your call has been forwarded to an...
Dump his butt. Which is what I do all the time is I let people go. I let people go, and I don't even get it. I don't even make it as far as they did. I let them go before it even gets that far. A lot of times before we even become friends. Me either. Nope. I can't even talk to one particular person, so you know. You've never forgotten Santa.
This is a reminder. Take medication. This is a reminder. Take medication.
No, you're not. call Mark McGivney.
Calling Mark McGivney, mobile.
Hello.
Hey, dude.
Hey, what's happening?
How's my brother from another mother that I've known since second grade?
I'll be okay. Anyway.
To answer your
yeah.
question, no, your mom did not tell me about Neil.
Well, actually, I'm just gonna tell you now. Anyway, yeah, he got a brain aneurysm. So actually,
Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, dude.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, sorry to hear that, dude.
Sorry. Well, actually, he's recovering. So actually, he's active today, and today's his birthday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he
Well,
has been
you told me
in
one time that
regional since December the 12th.
you told me one time he had a brain aneurysm, but I figured.
Oh wait, I did tell you about Neil.
Yeah, you told me about Neil, so.
So yeah.
I thought maybe he had another brain aneurysm on top of the one he already had.
No. They did remove the lump. Right. So actually, he's doing a lot better. It just takes time. I mean, he did survive the 24-hour ordeal that 1 in 4 people died of that, like 50%. So
Yeah, brain aneurysms are not an easy thing to recover from, and after having one, even while unconscious, it can be susceptible to another one. So he's one of the lucky ones.
Yeah, they did remove it. I mean, with like the spasms, like brain spasms. So
He's still one of the lucky ones. Just saying.
yeah, he is. Besides, he got a lot to live for. He's married and got 2 kids. And a support, and actually, Julie, well, at least that she did put me in the group to let me know. So I'll be seeing him tomorrow. I was thinking about going to see him today, but then actually I already saw him Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Yeah, yesterday.
Right.
Yeah, actually I thought it was going to be just having the day off, but then actually my boss called me, so I worked yesterday, and I thought I was going to be working just a single shift, but then actually one coworker was not feeling well, so
Right.
worker split. I showed up about 11:16, 11:17, so yeah.
Right.
Oh well, more money for me.
Right.
Yeah, I got my Christmas bonus, and I got my check in the mail.
Right. I'm supposed to be getting a 3% increase in Social Security next month.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. You better save your money for some stamps because it came up 2 cents higher now.
And Ken, I don't do stamps anymore.
You don't?
Nope, I don't have any family. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a wife. I don't technically have a reason to get stamps, so I don't own stamps. I don't plan for them.
Gotcha. So anyway, how's your day going?
Holiday could be better, but I'm getting through it. I know I just hadn't talked to you in a while, and I know there's a lot going on with you and right now. And with it being the Christmas holiday, since I hadn't
Yeah.
talked to you in a while, I figured I would, since I was going to be busy Christmas Eve, I thought I would call you today and see how you're doing.
Yeah. I'm okay for the most part. It's just, yeah, it's like first I got the quadruple bypass, and now I got a brain aneurysm.
Right, right.
I do have a feeling that a whole lot of people is falling apart. But we just live, we live every day.
Right.
So actually, it's like, we only die once, but we live every day.
Right. But at the same time, sometimes living means finding your significant other. So, have you found that special someone yet? I know you were talking to a few women last time I talked to you. So,
Right now, I'm just gonna focus on myself right now.
gotcha. Don't pull on me. Just saying.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna pull you.
Don't go 7 or 8 years plus without finding somebody. It'll turn you a bit bitter. Just saying. But you know what happened between me and my ex, so
Oh yeah.
it's just
Believe me, I hear you.
it was not a good situation, was it?
No, not after that. It was not a good situation with Charlie either.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, anyway. Yeah, tomorrow's Christmas Eve.
Yep, and I got a bunch of church stuff to do tomorrow, so.
Right.
And then after service, I'll probably be coming home and basically staying to myself. I thought there was going to be Sunday night game night, but nope. They kind of had it today, and tomorrow I guess they're not doing it. So I'm not exactly
Canceled, I guess.
I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing tomorrow night at the moment. I look forward to that to get my mind off of all the crap that frustrates me and I struggle with every week, and it's just going to be another night of me dooming and glooming again. I always tell myself if I actually had a life, if I actually had somebody else to think about other than just myself and trying to appease everyone, like a girlfriend or a wife, she would definitely be my focus. She'd be on my mind, and I'd probably be a lot happier. But at the same time, after what happened 7 to 8 years ago, I don't know if I'll ever be able to get to that point again. I mean, at this point, the only way it's going to happen is by the grace of God, and it's going to have to be where a girl talks to me first and wants to get to know me for me and not for what I have.
Exactly.
After what I went through, it's honestly the only way it's going to happen. I know there's probably girls out there that is interested in trying to be friends and possibly more, but I can't even talk. I can't even bring myself to talk to them or anything because it's almost not worth it after what I experienced. You know, that hope that I used to have there, Mark. The hope's just not there anymore. About all I have is faith. The hope will return whenever I get happier.
Alright.
And people don't realize that the only way it's gonna the only way I'm gonna get happier is if
Person detected at office camera.
the only way. Sometimes it goes off twice. Only time people don't realize the only way I'm going to get happier is if I somehow magically get a girlfriend and something like that. But I also look at it this way. You know, if a girl comes around and talks to me first and she sticks around no matter how much I may push her away, that's a girl that has been given by the grace of God. So, because I can guarantee you, I won't purposely try to push them away, but just because of my demeanor and my attitude against the whole thing, it's going to happen naturally. And I know it's going to happen naturally, and I know that no matter how much I may try to plan for it, it's just going to come across that because of what happened 7 or 8 years ago. I guess in a way you could say after what happened, I'm a bit broken. So.
Just like that one song, how can you mend a broken heart?
No, my heart is not necessarily broken in that fashion. It's just like I have the biggest heart than anybody. I do what is called tough love. People has forgotten what tough love is. And do you know what the definition of tough love is?
Well, it's like you had to be stern and tough with somebody. It's like, how am I gonna? I mean, I heard it before. It's just like.
Let me read you what the Merriam-Webster's dictionary says for tough love. Love or affectionate concern expressing in a stern and unsentimental manner as through discipline, especially to promote responsible behavior. So you see, everything I say, everything I do, every action I do, everything I talk about has good heart and good intention. But because I live in this world where nobody knows what tough love is anymore, everyone gets offended with what I say, or makes them feel uncomfortable, or it gets under people's skin of today. And I live in this world where the church promotes what is called puppy love. Say everything with nice and good heart, good intentions. But the church has lost sight of what tough love is, And tough love is exactly the same as soft puppy love, except it's much sterner and more unsentimental, And my friend Daniel even recognizes, after I explained it to him, that he can think back about everything I've said and done. And he can actually track and backtrack and realize that everything I have said, everything I have done, even if I am calm about it or I get angry about it, he can see that everything I've said and done may not line up to what he thinks or anyone else in the church thinks what, say it with kindness and stuff like that is and whatnot. And he's always been a big, firm believer that actions speak louder than words, because that is what the Bible says to do. But the thing is, when it comes to tough love, actions do not speak louder than words, because tough love is the gray area. Tough love is where you are saying things with good heart and good intent, but it comes across a different way than it's intended. I choose to deal with tough love. I choose to use tough love over soft puppy love. There is a time and place for soft puppy love. I don't deny that. It's very much a necessity. But people have forgotten how to have thick skins. People have forgotten how to have tough skin to deal with everyday problems. I mean, we live in this world where you say the wrong thing, people can sue you, and they will win. It's no longer about freedom of speech. It's no longer about tough love. It's about whiny B-words at this point. Whiny babies getting their way. And the court just gives it to them. Because we live in this society where we have to pat each other on the head and say, good job, for crap that, shouldn't need a pat on the head for. I'm just waiting for the day that, I say the wrong thing to somebody because I choose to use tough love and somebody sues me. And then I'm going to have to pull out the dictionary and explain exactly what this is. And explain myself what it is. And the judge is literally going to look at me and be like, that's probably the most smartest, most real thing anybody has ever done. Nobody would win a court argument over that. I wanted to speak up, involving my ex and stuff like that, and fight against her, but my family took over and let her have her way. And as much as I don't like it, they did right and they did justice, because I probably would have done some stuff that I probably would have regretted. So I was very angry about the time. I'm still angry to a certain extent, but nowhere near as angry as I once was. Because you know how bad it got there, Mark. You know.
Oh, yeah.
I went to some dark places when that happened. But I always chose to do the higher road, the higher path, and not go down the path of evil. As much as I wanted to many times, I chose not to.
Oh, yeah. But at least you're bouncing back, though.
After 7-8 years, I am bouncing back slowly. It's taken a long road and a long way to get there, but I'm slowly getting back to my old self, I guess you could say.
Yeah. It takes time, it takes healing, it takes patience, and not only that, it takes effort.
Yes, but also, if people are going to be whiny SOBs in a world that lets them have their way because they'd forgotten what tough love is, it doesn't make things better either.
Forget those people. Sooner or later, they will not understand. I think you just have to worry about yourself.
I mean, technically, that's what my ex was. She was a whiny SOB that didn't know what tough love was.
And I do know what tough love is. I mean, I know. I just knew it.
Mark, you and me grew up in the age where tough love was still a thing, but it was kind of going out of style. Okay, you and me grew up in the age in 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade that actually, people actually gave a crap. People had tougher skins than they do now. And now we live in this world where they've gotten too soft and too comfortable for their own good. I mean, the Bible, not only does the Bible say actions speak louder than words, it also says to talk to those people. That 90% of the churches that I go to, 90% of the congregation only does the actions speak louder than the words, and then they've already made up their decision that they're right, and talking to you is going to do no good, and anything you say is going to be a lie to them. And so they choose not to talk to you because of that.
Yeah.
That's the world we live in. I can't fight that. Autistic be hecked. Autistic be hecked. I was born in the wrong era. I swear autism was literally made for one purpose and one purpose only. And it's literally to get everyone to see what they've lost. Because in autism, I have tough love that most people don't realize is actually love. I mean, people have forgotten what the definition of tough love is. So they don't consider what I say and do as not very nice, very appropriate. Even my own grandmother and my own family are this exact same way. Anything I try to say and do, I do with a good heart and good intent. And they think I'm being rude and hateful. My grandmother especially has called me mean and hateful. That I'm being mean and hateful to her. It's not mean and hateful if I'm doing tough love, Sometimes you just gotta have, especially since she was the one that wanted me to express myself to her in the first place, I can't fight that. How do you fight your own grandmother that's raised you since, you were 5 years old? Not only has raised you as her own child since 5 years old, but also just a slew of other things, We got the last child syndrome. She raised me since I was 5. I'm her grandkid, but at the same time, I'm also her last son. And then also at the same time, there's the whole she raised me with my autism. It just, her and I fight more times than I can count. And I love her to death. I know when she passes, I'm going to get hit hard. I mean, I can't even be around her at Christmas right now because I want her health to be as good in shape as possible. She doesn't need the argument. She doesn't need the stress at her age, and neither do I.
And neither do I, because I don't want either of you start an argument, and then all of that is going to get me stressed. And I'm sick and tired of people saying, "That's your problem, not your problem." And here's the question: when is it going to be my frickin' problem?
Right.
Family or not, it's going to. I was going to be reading the message when you were, or sending a message when you were when you were sending a message to my mom, and I was like, I don't feel like talking with you right now. But then I realized, I'd rather just talk to you on the phone anyway, or on Messenger or something.
Right.
Anyway, have you heard from anybody?
Nope. You kidding? Nobody from school talks to me anymore. So, about the only person from school that talks to me is you.
Yeah.
So.
I figured. Yeah.
Remind me.
It's really sad that some people that I know died.
Remind me. You're full Filipino or half Filipino? Half Filipino. Okay. And you're half Filipino and what else? You're half Filipino and what else?
Half Filipino, half white with a little bit of European Spanish.
That's right.
With a Irish name. I thought it was a Scottish name, but it's an Irish name.
No, Mark McGivney is in fact an Irish name. It's been an Irish name for eons and centuries. I thought it was quite interesting when I found that out.
It is interesting. I mean, here I am, a mixed race with the Irish name.
With the longest middle name of anybody I've ever met. I mean, come on.
By my own mother, Mark Christian Edward Santos McKibney. Here's a little story about Christian. My mom wanted to name me Christopher in Anchorage, Alaska, but due to the fact there are too many Christophers, she put me to Christian instead.
You still have a much more tongue twister name than I got, dude. So you know.
Leroy Herbold.
Nope. Lloyd Leroy Herbold. Remember that. Yeah, I have two middle names, not one. It used to be Lloyd Curtis Johnson. It is now Curtis Lloyd Leroy Herbold. Try saying that 5 times fast. Just saying.
Curtis Lloyd Leroy Herbold. So the Johnson is no more.
It will always be a part of me, but honestly, at the same time, I have signed up on the web to a thing called Incogni. I'm also doing a thing called Opt-Outy, which basically takes all your data off the web. You're basically, any of the data brokers out there that are alive and well, which is like a godly amount of data brokers. Between these two companies, it covers the majority of data brokers out there. Just think about the information they have on you. One person, all your life, just the amount of money they get from you by sharing it with other data brokers and other information people. And they do so legally without your consent. Because they can without your consent. That is trillions of dollars going into their pocket for every person on the planet. If I can wipe my data so, they're not selling my data without my consent, then so be it. I will, in a way, I am basically going dark. It's to a point that some of these websites that actually, on Opti that I'm doing, are background check websites. If I ever try to get a job and they run a background check on me, they will find nothing on me when this is all said and done. I'll be basically off the grid without being off the grid.
True.
I will be keeping the subscriptions on purpose just to keep things completely going and constantly the rest of my life. That's about $40 to $50 worth of subscriptions. But by gosh, to live invisibly, flat out in the open blue, I say that's worth it. $50 to live the rest of your life invisible on the web and never have to leave the web, I would say that's a bargain. Just saying.
Yeah.
And I'm always in it for good bargains, you know that. I've had to spend the last 15 years on about 10 years on my own, living on my own with very little help, minus my Social Security. I've had to learn to adapt, learn to survive without a car and a job. I'm probably one of the more capable men out there because I don't know of any guy or girl in today's time that could have the creativity and the mindset to be able to survive the age that I am for 10 years without a car and a job. Every person I know would probably go mentally insane by doing that. And here I've survived 10 years without a car and a job because I used my mind, I used my smarts, and I used my creativity to make things work.
Yep, that's for sure. Always use your brain.
People don't realize exactly how smart I really am.
People don't realize how smart I really am.
Oh, I know. That's the reason why you and me get along, Mark. You and me get along so greatly because, one, we're probably we both know we are way smarter than we look.
Yeah.
I mean, we show off our smarts, but we don't flash it. Between the two of us, when's the last time you actually took an IQ test? Because I did one recently. Have you done?
I haven't done an IQ at all.
You haven't done an IQ at all? Last IQ test I took, I think it was 195.3. I'm basically, Albert Einstein genius. But, I don't show it and I don't look it. But that's because I don't want to seem like a know-it-all.
Right.
I know a lot of I've always said that my brain, because of my autism, works like a data bank. I may not exactly know the information offhand right off the top of my head, but I can search my data bank for it in my head because it's somewhere in here. Always. It kind of works like its own positronic brain. You remember Star Trek and Lieutenant Commander Data? The android? Yeah.
Yep.
My brain kind of works like the positronic brain he has. It always has the data in there. It can also compute in, fraction of a millisecond of many computations, just like the positronic brain. Maybe not as many as the positronic brain, obviously, because the positronic brain is a computer. But my brain works in a much faster mode because of my autism, like a positronic brain. People don't realize that information is power. It's what you choose to do with it that chooses to make you good or evil.
Right.
I know a lot of stuff. I know a lot more than people give me credit for. Like, for example, I'm pretty sure there's at least 5 to 6 women at the church that would like to get to know me and be friends with me, and possibly even more. But I don't show it. I don't acknowledge it. I don't go out of my way to talk to them. And I don't go out of my way to do anything at all, really. Now, however, there are those special people, like that one girl, that I will do something for. And you know me, Mark, I've only done very big things for 3 other people in my lifetime. But I tell you, with this girl that I've been telling you about, she's a singer, and she has something that needs to be shared with the world, okay?
Yeah.
And I had to learn a whole new freaking set of skills because the voice system, the way they do their auditions, they require a video. And honestly, I didn't know what to do. I didn't have any video editing skills. The deadline was coming up that needed to turn that information in. I basically had to learn how to video edit on the fly to get it in. And I have no idea if she got in this time or not, or at all. But because I still think that she deserves that chance, I'm going to continue in submitting that video every chance an audition time comes up. And I'm not doing it to become friends with her, Mark. You know this. You know me well enough. You've known me since I was 2nd grade. I don't do this for people like this unless I see something very special in them that I think they could make it in a career like that.
Right.
And I've only done it for 3 other people, but I've never had to do it for for somebody that actually I had to learn a whole new skill set to make it work. And trust me, learning video editing on the fly was not easy. But I did it without an instruction manual, and I did it without a video. So, just to point that out.
I got you.
I just had to get used to the software that I was using that my friend Naya gave me. And trust me, that software, oh my gosh, the trying to learn how to take one video and put it in there without it overlapping. But at the same time, don't overlap this one that you moved all the way over here, while also keeping the voice stuff all lined. Oh my gosh, it was a complicated disaster when I started. I went through like 3 videos before I finally learned how to actually do it. But I did it. I learned what was necessary to be able to make that happen. It was not easy, but she deserves that shot in that career if it becomes available to her. And I probably as the years go by, the more I go to church, the more I hear a song that she does, I'll probably edit that video and change it up for every audition on purpose to show off the better qualities of the songs. So, I've already got a whole plan on, giving that to her free of charge, no questions asked. Don't really care if she knows about it or not. I'm not doing it to get to know her. I'm not doing it to be her friend. I'm just doing it because she deserves that chance, And you know me, Mark. I don't do things like that unless I see something with somebody with star quality. So.
Right. Oh yeah, I gotcha.
And I've only done this 3 other times.
Yeah. Here's my question though: have you ever come across a whole bunch of people that act like a Karen?
Every single day. We're not even going to get on the topic of Karens. Because I can promise you, it's not just females. It's guys too. Just saying.
Oh yeah.
I am non-discriminatory when it comes to the word Karen. Just saying.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people that are like acting like, I want to see your manager, or like, what did you do? I was like, I haven't done nothing. I'm just minding my own business. Why you? And then they're whatever.
I admit there's a time or two I've asked for the manager to it as well, but I've only asked for the manager when they're not understanding what I'm talking about. When they're not understanding what I'm saying. I only ask for the manager at that point because it's easier to talk to the manager than it is to talk to a lowly tier 1 tech. It's the reason why I don't call tech support. Tier 1 tech support isn't properly trained, and it irritates the living fire out of me. They don't even do proper training anymore. It's just so annoying.
Oh yeah, I got you. I mean, and then what? Artificial intelligence? Oh, don't get me started.
This whole thing with artificial intelligence, they are saying by, I think it's April or May, that artificial intelligence will be, in fact, surpass human intelligence, if not sooner. They say that because the last time artificial intelligence, aka ChatGPT-4, did the bar, the lawyer bar, to pass the bar to become a lawyer, as well as 3 other high quality assessment tests, passed all 3 tests with a 95 percentile. And that was ChatGPT-4. Super artificial intelligence is right around the corner, whether people want to admit it or not. I mean, when ChatGPT can get an accuracy of 95% on the lawyer bar for artificial intelligence, it's a lot closer than people realize. Did you know that? Did you know that the ChatGPT-4 passed the bar with a 95 percentile?
Oh.
Yeah. It's pretty impressive, believe it or not. It's right. Super artificial intelligence, where it surpasses human mind, is just right around the corner.
As long as they're not going to be destroying us, we should be fine. Remember the movie The Terminator?
Forget The Terminator. I'm thinking iRobot with Will Smith. Or if it's not iRobot with Will Smith, it's going to come down to the red pill or the blue pill. Which do you choose?
What is this? The Matrix again? Come on, man.
I mean, think about it. Machines were ruling humankind in the Matrix. It had a whole virtual reality and everything. Okay? Super artificial intelligence could, in fact, end up becoming that one day. I mean, think about it. It's pretty big. something smarter than humans. That doesn't happen every single day, and it's right around the corner on our doorstep. It's going to change a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
Probably a lot more than people care to realize or want to know about. I've already done the math calculations, Mark. You know me. I've already got the statistics. There's gonna, according to my statistics, for a global-wide super artificial intelligence, how did I word that in my head? The day after super artificial intelligence bypasses humans, by my projectiles, there's going to be a 90% worldwide job layoff around the globe.
Oh, no.
But, hear me out, but based on certain technologies and things that are going on right now, including the NASA project to put people back on the moon, as well as Mars, those 90% layoffs, now all of a sudden we have all these people that are able to do space stuff, that are to be able to train for new skills, to be able to do what's necessary. So it not only causes a massive layoff system, but it also 100% causes new jobs to appear. And it's all going to be done by the AI. I mean, we won't have any. We will plan it. We will try to do our best to combat it. But I don't think people realize that when super artificial intelligence hits, it doesn't need to sleep. It doesn't need to eat. It doesn't need anything. It runs around the clock 24/7. And overnight, things are going to be changed.
Right.
While everyone's sleeping, the world changes. Overnight.
Yep. Yeah, just like that one fictional commercial from Grand Theft Auto Vice City. In the future, there will be robots.
Right. I remember Back to the Future movies. I love those movies. It's just so hilarious. Marty McFly. So great.
Roads?
Right.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Most classic line of all. You left without me, train. What? You didn't even spawn in. What was that?
What happened?
I'm playing Star Citizen, and I'm sitting here trying to get to the business district, and the stupid train decided it was going to dock in port but not show up and open the door so I could board the tram, and then it takes off without me. Do what?
Is it a game or what is it?
Star Citizen is a game.
What's the name of it?
Star Citizen.
Star System.
Yeah, you know, like a U.S. citizen, but Star Citizen.
Oh, Star Citizen.
Robert Space Industries
Oh, I see.
is the company name. Well, technically, the company name is called Cloud Imperium Games. Just saying. Which is really weird. So, the game itself is called Star Citizen. The company is called Cloud Imperium Games, but yet it falls under Robert Space Industries. It's like trying to, keep things in line is like massively impossible.
Yeah.
I'm out 4.8 million though.
4.8 million. Which
Yep.
was 4.8 billion.
Nope, I'm out 4.8 million in the game. They did an update, and the update failed to save certain information, and I lost not only the Caterpillar ship I just bought, I lost the $50,000 contract to do a mission with my friends, about 4 hours worth of gameplay with me and my friends to be able to get the cargo we got, as well as do the salvaging run of the A2 Hercules that we did, which is the biggest ship in the game to salvage. So not only did we lose all the cargo, we lost the Caterpillar, which we were storing it on, which is 4.7. By the time I totaled that up completely, we were out 6.7 grand. By the time I totaled up all of that, all because of a stupid update decided to. I get the game is in alpha, but we barely got to even use the Caterpillar, and I didn't even get to keep it. I didn't even get my money back for it. I'm out, and so now it's like I'm frustrated because now I got to get 4.7 million again just to be able to actually get another freaking Caterpillar. It's annoying.
Christian Edward Santos McKinney, and don't you forget it.
I won't forget it, dude. How could I forget it with a name like that? Just saying.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, here's your name, Curtis Lloyd Leroy Herbold.
If it makes you feel any better, just call me Leroy Jenkins. Just saying. Some people already do.
Oh, the one. Leroy Jenkins.
Some people already do, so, would not faze me if you did. Just saying.
I think Leroy Jenkins has already been taken.
You can guarantee it's already been taken.
Yeah, but then actually, Macaulay Culkin, remember him?
Let's not even get into that.
Yeah, when I saw his face, he reminded me of you. Sorry.
You kidding? He not only kind of looks like me, but the
face. And when he got a beard, and then when you got a.
I know when I had my beard grown out and my mustache, him and me almost looked almost identical. It was an uncanny. It's like we're not even getting into that. Just saying. How is your dad doing, by the way?
He's doing good.
Was the heart surgery probably took its toll on him, but is he still recovering nicely? Mark?
Huh?
Do you not hear the question?
Sorry, I'm just. What's up?
I said, is your dad still recovering nicely from the heart surgery?
Yeah, he's still recovering. It's been 2 months.
Right. I know you were really worried about him there for a little bit. Yeah, I'm sorry I don't call a lot. I got a lot going on. Oh! Another reason why I was calling you, I'm finally getting the computer business up and running. It's not up and running yet, but I am getting help to get the grant paperwork filled out. It'll be money that I will not have to pay back because it will fall under the disability grants, or at least we're hoping. And it's going to be about 20 grand, maybe less. It's going to definitely be over 10 grand. But it's going to be a lot less than getting grants for, getting out, dedicated building and stuff, because it's all going to be worked out in my apartment, so you know. There is a plus side to it. I think today's time with the building cost for a building, or even to rent a place for a building, it's just that 15, 20 grand, it could end up being like 100, 200, 300 grand by the end of it, if I had to actually have a physical location. Thankfully, the city of Columbia makes it possible to run your business out of your apartment with very particular regulations. Just saying. Yes, I went out of my way and looked at the dang City of Columbia charter on purpose and read the City of Columbia laws and restrictions on purpose to know exactly what I was getting into before I made the decision to work out of my apartment or not. So it's like me even reading the Constitution, like, oh my, speaking of that, do you realize there is literally a 6 to 7 page documentation in our United States Constitution on diapers? 6 to 7 page amendment on diapers in our Constitution. And trust me, that document is a bloody dry as all heck read. And I found a PDF that has it all in it. But by gosh, a 6 to 7 page documentation on diapers. And not to mention that, while I was doing the research for that, and this was like at the end of last year, 2022, the Senate was trying to pass a bill through the House that was signed by Biden, and guess what the bill had in it? It was talking about gun laws, but to make the other party happy, guess what was in the bill? Documentation, yet again, about diapers. I'm like, are you serious, people? What's so important about diapers that it's got to go into our United States Constitution, you know?
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. I've never seen such. I'm only a fraction through the United States Constitution. It is such a dry read, but I'm learning quite a bit, believe it or not, and a lot more than people realize. Do you realize that our United States Constitution and the way we do things and the way we talk and everything has a lot more flexibility than people realize? I am shocked at the amount of flexibility people have in today's time. But nobody bothers to read it anymore. Nobody bothers to go out of their way to read the documentation because it is such a dry read. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty darn dry, but it's very, very informative about how our Constitution really works. And as a person who doesn't have a voter's card, who doesn't vote, I can safely say, based on what I read, based on what I am reading about the Constitution still, our politicians are nothing but a joke. Not only are they not following our own Constitution by many laws in many areas, they're basically trying to convince people of stuff that is not true or accurate. I'm sorry, I will refuse to vote. I will refuse to have a voter's card because this entire system is corrupt. The entire system as we know it is corrupt and not even following the Constitution and at all the way it was designed to be. They basically made the elastic clause, and people don't realize this, but the elastic clause has been the destruction of the United States Constitution. An elastic clause makes basically the U.S. Constitution null and void at this point.
Right.
The entire politics system is nothing but a corrupt playground.
We all know that corruption is going to be...
Oh, no. Okay, so everybody knows there's corruption, okay?
Yeah.
You guys don't realize exactly how much corruption there is. I didn't know how much there was of corruption until I started reading through the United States Constitution. Like, it is unbelievable the amount of corruption that people don't even realize is going on.
I do realize what's going on. I just decide not to get into it because I don't want to get myself killed.
But see, that's the thing. That is where the corruption is. They want to threaten you and make you complacent so you don't fight against them. Even though the United States Constitution gives you that right. It's a corrupt system that is trying to make you complacent. It sucks, but there's a lot more flexibility and a lot more power in the hands of the people than the Democrats or the Republicans allow you to see and allow you to know.
That is true.
But you would never know it if you don't read the Constitution yourself. And trust me, it is not an easy read. I've been reading it off and on for about 4 years now, and I'm not even halfway through it. It's that dry of a read. And every time I go and read more of it, it just makes my brain bleed. It is that dry. Right, so, some of those laws and the ways they word things, and like, why not word it like this? It says the exact same thing, and it's easier on the brain. I swear, I really, because of my OCD and my autism, I really want to rewrite the entire document. I really want to rewrite it so it makes sense for everyone and it's not so dry.
That is true.
I am halfway tempted to do it anyways, on purpose, and take out all the garbage that doesn't need to be in there along the way.
Yeah. I got 2 tickets to paradise. Won't you pack your bag?
That's a good song, just saying. Good classic rock song.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Eddie Money.
Right.
And rest in peace, Richard Roundtree, the one who played as John Shaft.
Right.
And rest in peace, Tina Turner, who sang, "One thing got to do with it."
Fair enough.
Hey, come on! I heard that song. It's a 20.
I've heard the song. I was not a big fan of that particular song.
I was not a fan of some particular songs. I'm not a fan of the Shangri-La's song "Leader of the Pack" or any other song.
See, I'm different. You know, Leader of the Pack, I thought, even though the lyrics weren't that great, the beat was good, and it had good heart and good meaning behind it. But the lyrics were just terrible.
And the humming, and then all I hear is "Look out, look out, look out, look out." I felt so helpless. What would I do? Seriously.
Alright, dude. Well, I hate to do this, but it's 10 p.m. and I got church in the morning, so I got to get off here.
It's a good thing we talked anyway, and not only that, I am listening, but at least you're not ranting as much like you were in the past.
Trust me, I am trying my best to change things after what happened 7 to 8 years ago. my ex did a lot of damage, and ranting was part of that damage. So I'm getting better slowly. So
Just like John Bon Jovi said, like, shot to the heart and you're to blame, you give love a bad night.
oh, you have no idea what kind. You do realize, back in my dark days, I rewrote that entire song to be the most hateful, bitter song ever because of what my ex did.
Yeah.
Trust me, that song no longer exists. I got rid of it on purpose because it was that hateful and that bad. After I rewrote the song for that, it made me sick to my stomach to the point I had to delete it.
Oh, that song that John Bon Jovi sang.
Hey, Bon Jovi is a great artist, just saying. But You Give Love a Bad Name is a great song by itself. But after what my ex did, I rewrote it my way, and it was literally... It had language, it had very bad names, it was not pretty. It sounded good, it went well with the music, but it was not nice. But that was my dark days. So that song no longer exists. I got rid of it. So. And I don't even know if I could recreate it because I'm not in that dark place anymore. I'm still kind of sort of in that dark place, but nowhere near the dark place I was when I wrote that song. So I don't even think I could actually make it work again. It's not a dark place I want to return to, just saying. And I don't think you do either, because then you'd hear me rant all the time. I do apologize for that, dude. Just like last 7-8 years have been rough. Really, really has.
Right.
I'm just now getting to a point where I'm getting out of that. Still not happy. Just saying. Still try to find every reason not to talk to women and not to be their friend, even though I know being friends would be more beneficial than not. I know that having a girlfriend would make me happy, but at the same time, I purposely keep them away on purpose. So, there was a time and place that I just flat out, would say no for any reason. Nowadays, if a girl was to walk up to me and just ask me out on the spot, depending on if I already knew them, what their qualities were like, how they interacted with people, I would probably say yes or no, depending on that information. Because again, information is power, and the best information you can gather is by sitting back and observing. You learn a lot from just observing, just saying.
Right.
But what you choose to do with that information dictates who you are. I choose to use that information for good purposes. Hence why I'm doing the thing for the one girl for the voice stuff. So again, knowledge is power. I just choose to use that knowledge for good rather than evil. Which is why, when I was in my dark days, it took every ounce of my power not to use my knowledge for evil, hateful purposes against my ex. Trust me, that was not easy. I somehow managed not to stoop to her level.
Right.
To this day, I don't even know how I managed it. I can only think that God was right there the whole time as a voice, because he knew that was not a very good situation. He knew the moment I started doing evil things with that knowledge, he knew there'd probably be no stopping me. And so, you know, God's been with me a lot more than people care to admit or see. Hence why I use tough love rather than hate, instead of just soft puppy love. Because at least with tough love, you can still be good heart, good intentions. It may not look the same and it may not match what you're saying, but you're still doing it with good heart and good intentions. You're just doing it with a more stern and unsentimental manner. Which in the church's eyes is sinful, apparently. We won't even get into that, just saying. I've never been hit by so many people thinking that I'm being sinful because I choose to use tough love over the soft puppy love they've chosen to do. It sucks. Because that shows me how lost the world has really become. That nobody realizes what tough love is. And it's literally as it states. Love or affectionate concern expressing in a stern or unsentimental manner. Merriam-Webster. How could you argue with that? So everything I say, everything I do, always has good heart and good intent. But it doesn't come across that way and it does not match what I say. And a lot of people, especially in the church system as a whole, no matter what church you go to, has this mentality of actions speak louder than words. That your actions have to match what you say. But that's because the church system has forgotten what tough love actually is.
That is true. Hey, before I forget, since you mentioned about this tough love and puppy love, you forgot another one.
What's that?
Remember that one song, Captain and Tennille, Muskrat Love? Sorry.
You're really gonna go there? I mean, as soon as you said that, you know what song that came to mind?
What?
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
I'm sorry. I like that song too.
Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze. It means no worries for the rest of your days. Sorry. Now, look what you got me doing, Mark. Thanks.
I said muskrat, not meerkat.
Muskrat does. Okay. You don't. I gotta explain why that song. Okay. Muskrat Love is kind of what Nala and Simba had. If you remember, as the song is playing, Simba grows older. And at the end of the song, what happens? She pounces on him in the middle of this oasis that he was staying at for all these years. So if you recall the movie, there's that whole muskrat love going right there that is there. And so when you say muskrat love, I'm thinking of the Nala and Simba ending of that song.
Yeah, I got you.
But yes, I get what you mean. I do get what you mean. And just thank you for bringing back, Lion King. Just saying.
Yeah, I got you. I heard you.
I take it you got.
Did you hear me? Yes, I heard you.
I take it you gotta go. I take it you gotta go too.
Oh, you're fine. It's just that I'm taking. Yeah, it's gonna be me, my stepdad, and my stepbrother Jason. They're gonna be driving to Washington Regional tomorrow. Lucky for me, I'm off.
Gotcha. I'm spending Christmas Eve by myself, and majority of Christmas Day by myself. Thankfully, I got an offer from Daniel to go over to his house for Christmas about one to 1:30. Apparently, about 6 people are gonna be there, but it's gonna feel awkward and out of place because Christmas is meant for family, and I get church. Even though you're not blood, is family, but Christmas has that magic, It's not. I get there's extended family, but Christmas to me has always been about pure family.
Yep.
And so it just, as much as I appreciate his offer, as much as I'm going Christmas Day, I'm gonna feel really awkward and out of place because I'm at somebody other's home on Christmas Day when it's supposed to be about them and their family.
Right.
It's just gonna be awkward for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me overthinking it and just being the way I think about how family should be. But you know what? I've even had people tell me, if I ever get married and have kids, I would make a great dad. And I look at them and I laugh. It's like, have you met me long? Just saying. Can't go a single day without. Can't go a single day without. Yeah, I can't go a single day without upsetting somebody or making them feel uncomfortable or something. It's like, and I don't even try, Mark. You know I don't try. You know everything I do, everything I say is good heart, good intention. But just because the way I see it or how I act, somebody somewhere is going to get offended. Guaranteed, hands down.
Yeah. I'm not offended. It's just that I'm sick and tired of people thinking the wrong way.
They think the wrong way because they have forgotten what tough love is. Nobody realizes what tough love is. Nobody has that thick armor like you and I have that we grew up with.
Yeah.
Anyways, Mark, it's been fun chatting. I really ought to, call you more often. Hopefully, I can once I get all this business stuff up and running. I'm hoping by the end of January the grant paperwork will be turned in. Because this year it's hitting a little closer to home, involving the whole holidays. Because I am sacrificing my holiday with my family for my grandmother's health. I canceled all workings with all my business stuff until January, and then I canceled all my staff for Tuesdays and Thursdays except for like 2 or 3 hours on Thursday on purpose, just because I'm not in that mood or right head frame to be very much. And as try as Daniel might, he does distract me and get me away from my mind, and it's because it is not good just to sit there in my mind and think over and over about things.
Right.
But when you don't have anybody to talk to on a constant basis, you got nothing else but yourself. And as much as I love my grandmother, seeing her not on this planet and knowing that could happen anytime is a lot more hurtful to me than her and me having an argument that could cause that. As much as I love her, I'm staying home this Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm sacrificing my Christmas for her health, even though it kills me.
Yeah, I hear you.
And see, here I am. I'm already starting to tear up just thinking about it.
I'm already sad about it too, anyway.
So yeah, I've not been in the best of Christmas holiday spirit this year. But I still put on a smile. I still laugh. I still smile and try to get when somebody talks to me. I try my best to not let my problems interfere with their lives and their happiness. And so I just kind of push my stuff off to the side while I'm talking to people. Try to be in a better mood for them than I am with myself. So
yeah, it does take a lot of time and a lot of patience and a lot of effort. But yeah, it's like there's a lot of people who don't understand what we've been through.
Nope, and a lot of people don't understand that I make more sacrifices behind the scenes for so many different things, for so many different situations that people don't realize. I mean, they know I'm a nice guy. They know I do things out of the kindness of my heart with not anything in return. But I don't think they realize how much I do behind the scenes that nobody sees, nobody knows about, nobody, understands. And it just, yeah.
I get what you mean. Well, anyway, yeah, it's like you better get some sleep, dude.
Yeah, I gotta get up at 6 o'clock to 7 to be able to make it to church in the morning. So, if I'm gonna be awake by the time Daniel picks me up at 8:15. So,
yeah.
Actually, it's probably gonna be 8:10 because apparently we're gonna go pick up another person named Shawanda. So it's probably going to be pushed to 8:10 technically.
Well, just make sure you set your alarm.
You can. I have a whole array of alarms every 10 minutes from 5 a.m. till 7 a.m. There's 2 hours worth of alarms every 10 minutes. I've learned that one alarm does not work for me. And usually 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10 alarms don't work for me either. But I have found if I have a very particular time, and this is what most people don't realize, when they set an alarm and it goes off and they hit that snooze button, they tend to oversleep. So what I've developed a system for myself to combat that. If I set my alarm or my Amazon system, my Alexa system, to do alarms at 10-minute intervals. I wake up, I turn off the alarm, but then I doze back off to sleep. And it's kind of like a mini power nap, so to speak, in that 10 minutes. Alarm goes off again. I wake back up, turn it off. This happens X amount of time. I'm usually up within an hour. It's a perfect system to be able to get the sleep you need, but also at the same time get up at a time that you need to be up instead of be up late and trying to do things last minute. So,
Right.
I don't know what it is, but I have found the combination of all night sleep and then having those 10-minute power naps while trying to get up in the morning is far more effective than having just 1 or 2 alarms. I think a lot of people, by setting 10-minute alarms like that, would benefit them. But we also live in this world. People want things simple, not complicated, and having to turn on alarms every single night for that is too much work and too much effort. And I just gotta say one thing to that. Wah!
Yep, I agree. It's like, yeah, I mean, there's nothing simple, to be honest.
Life isn't simple.
That's true. Life
I know that better than anybody.
It's hard.
I know that better than anybody.
You have to make it simple. You have to make it simple or make it complicated. It's like you got nobody to blame but yourself. You
Right.
are responsible on your own actions.
Right. But see, I know better than anybody that life is hard. My autism makes my life far more challenging than people realize. So.
Yeah. I hear you.
All right, Mark. I gotta get to bed. So, nice talking with you. I will try to call more often. I can't promise that, but I will try.
Just take it easy.
You know what? You know. I don't make promises. I don't think I can keep, and that's if I promise to call more.
Sorry I didn't message you. I was being lazy.
You're good.
I did help my stepdad by doing a bunch of stuff, and then actually, I do like to color too.
Right. All right. Talk to you later, dude. Hope you have a good Christmas, because at least better one than I'm having. So.
I actually just pray for Neil. He is still active right now, but actually.
All right, dude. Have a good night.
Thank you. You as well. And if I don't hear from you, have yourself a Merry Christmas.
Can I say bah humbug yet?
Seriously, dude, don't be Ebenezer Scrooge. We don't need another Ebenezer Scrooge.
And that's how I'm feeling about this holiday. Just saying.
I'm having feelings about every holiday, not just Christmas.
Christmas usually means a lot to me, but this Christmas it's hitting me harder. So.
Well, it's hitting me too, to be honest. But at least my brother's alive.
Exactly. All right, dude. Have a good night.
Thank you as well. And hey, just one question though: how's the weather over in Columbia?
You want the inside of my apartment or the outside temperature?
The outside temperature.
So the outside temperature is somewhere between the 30s to the 40s, and today it was in the low 60s. But in my apartment, I don't think I've ran my heater a single time this winter at all. In fact, my apartment gets so hot, it could be 30 degrees outside and it'd be 80 degrees in my apartment. There's times it's gotten 80 degrees in my apartment, and I had to open the porch door while it's sunshining outside, and on my wall, right where my computer is, I can just see the heat on my wall barreling outside because of how hot it is.
Right. For sure.
So, I don't personally have to pay for heating right now. So
Yeah, I hear that.
all right, have a good night. Have a happy holidays.
Thank you. Happy holidays. Happy Merry Christmas. Happy Merry Hanukkah.
Merry bah humbug. How about that?
Really, dude? Why? Merry bah humbug. Okay. Merry bah humbug.
Good night,
Okay.
dude.
Well, how about Merry Humbug?
Fair enough. Good night.
Alright, take it easy.
You too. Bye.